Let's get it. Hop off a 16 passenger. This a G5, no, this not a challenger. Big one. I keep some members with me in the fridge. Get cold seats, they some cannibals. Eaters. They like to geek. Drink a whole bottle, wake up and repeat.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
I go throw you slap now. If I throw you slap, here he shit, you shoot her.
How long has it been? I don't know. Am I sorry? Yes. Am I ashamed? Maybe. Was a lot going? Yes, a lot was going on. And if I come and tell you what was going on, even you will be surprised that I'm still alive. I've been going through the toughest and the most. I've suffered greatly, but I'm back. I'm back for this YouTube video. If you hate me, that's fine. You're allowed. Even me, if it was me watching me and I put myself on this type of hiatus, and hate me too. So sorry for that. A lot was going on in my personal life, in the fact that I was vain, and it was affecting my overall performance. Actually, to be honest, to be frank, because okay, the part of me oversharing is like known. It was because I was going through a lot mentally, and nothing was going on in my way. So I decided to take a pause and not do videos anymore, because I can't come here and hee ha ha with you if I can't hee ha ha with myself. Okay, so today I'm gonna tell you a story as I do my makeup, but first I'm gonna do my eyebrows, because those ones I can't talk and do my eyebrows at the same time. So that I'm gonna be back when I've done that, and then we can continue with story time. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm done with my eyebrows, and your lights. I feel like I might go to bed like this. You know, I'm a match of Siwon. Like I need it to see, but Siwon. Okay. But okay, I'm gonna. What am I doing? Hey, Nyaka. I didn't want to tell you, oh, you go, oh, it will be okay. It will not be okay. It's not okay. It's not alright. Your body is changing on you, and you don't know why it's changing on you. Also, cheers. Let us all both agree that this is water.
I'm not a drinker, but I might indulge for the occasion.
In water. In imagine. But the bottle. Yeah. So, today I'm gonna try and do my makeup quickly, because I don't have time. I have to be somewhere. So I'm gonna do it real quick. Do you wanna be close? Is that too close? I know you have. Don't lie, you have. So, before I start my story, let me give you like a random story that I just remembered. I was reading something about some babe on Reddit. She was saying like, oh, she might have found herself in a date by mistake, and she's lesbian. Like she was at the gym, and then this guy, they were talking and he invited her out to go and have like a drink or something, and she went, and now she thinks that maybe the guy thinks that they're like he invited her out for dinner later, and now this man might actually think that I'm straight. And she's not. And it made me remember over time, like when I was younger, we are all accept this, that I used to do these things when I was younger. Even if I'm doing them now, it was when I was younger. I was younger yesterday than I was today. Capish? So when I was younger, I used to have this issue of what's it called? I used to, like, if I don't like a guy, I would tell them that automatically that I'm not into guys, and actually just say like, oh, me just like babes, and they'd be like, yeah, like, yeah, me like babes, and I'd even be so gross as to like explain the type that I like, and I'd be like, yeah, that's my type, which, to be frank, wasn't actually a lie. I like the babes. Have you ever seen a woman? No, seriously, have you ever seen a woman? God took his time with that one. And none of the rest are made with clay, and this ones are made with rib. You understand? You capish? So, technically it wasn't a lie. So I said like, yeah, I'm into girls, like that. Call me. And I'm doing it just so that they can stop talking to me. Because me and you are not vibing. And I don't want to be mean and tell you that you and me are not vibing. And also, I do understand that some people have a problem with hearing. Like I'll say I don't like you, and they take it as a challenge. Are you crazy? So I decided to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna be that type. I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm just gonna say that I like babes. So one day I'm at home, I'm chilling, and see what was happening that week, because there was something happening as well. I think you got to Makosana, whoever I was talking to it with at that time. So my phone rings. I'm like, who the hell is this? It's a new number. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't recognize it. And I pick it up. And that day, by the way, I was in my mother's car, by the way, in Mekumbuka. Because I remember I was going somewhere. We were me and my mom. I pick up the call, and it's another babe on the line, and she's like, hi, Kwiri. I'm like, oh, hi, who is this? And she says her name. And I don't even remember her name. I'm so sorry, Bookie. It wasn't you, it was a situation. No, don't judge me, Mira. unless mnataka kunipea kazi nikuwe na pesa ya kununua bidhaa, nobody tells me. So she's like, oh, how are you? I was asking, could me and you meet? I'm like, me and you meet for what? She's like, oh, I just wanted to like know you better. I wanted to ask to go on a date. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not interested. She's like, oh, but see, I was told like you are like gay and you're looking for somebody. I said,
even the band, even yo, you know where the danger is. You know where the danger is.
Get the cameras. Get the cameras. Like, that's my mother. I can't say a lot. I just say, no, that's a lie. So you're not gay? Like, no, I'm not, sister. I don't know who told you that, but I'm not. And she was like, oh, okay. She hung up quickly. And for a moment, I was like confused. I was like, oh, tell somebody that I'm gay. And then I remembered what I had done. And I don't remember which one. Because I used to tell a lot of them. I used to tell a lot of them that. So I don't know which one I told. And which one decided to set me up. Which, okay, my brother, you saw that you couldn't take it and you gave one to your hunger. Peace be unto you. Okay? But I wasn't. So, so even though that maybe conversation later, and later when I remembered, like every time I remember that situation, I just giggle because wow, what was I thinking? I don't do it anymore, and I don't advise you to do it anymore, unless it's for your safety. So yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Just be frank and tell the person, I don't like you, my nigga. I'm so sorry, but I don't like you, and it's okay. I'm allowed not to like people. You're allowed to tell people, you're not my spec. You get it? You get it? You capiche? Capiche. Also, I don't know what I'm doing for my nail, for my eyes. I'm just doing. Okay, so finished with my eyes. I couldn't talk while doing the entire eye thing. I kept getting lost in the story. So the story today is going to be abusers and their enablers. Okay, so it's from my perspective because whoever told me I can tell the story. I'm still gonna try and mask them as much as possible. Okay, so I want to say 25. Okay, I meet this guy. He's not nice. Let's not lie to ourselves that he's nice. He's tolerable. He's tolerable. Okay, my mom just died and well, I'm feeling vulnerable. I feel CGRG. And if somebody who has lost a parent can relate, they know how it feels. Like you feel like a piece of you is missing. Okay? And now that my parent is dead and I'm all alone and my dad's a mean. He's not very mean, but he's mean. My dad's mean and well, he operates on his own time and on his own terms. So here I am trying to I'm in school. I've finished school. I've done what's absolutely necessary that's needed for me in school, and now I have to start figuring out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And here comes a boy. He's not so charming, but he'll do. He's okay. He's good enough. And I decided, you know what? Let me allow myself to have a little bit of joy. And I start dating this guy, and eventually I get pregnant. Which happens. I get pregnant, and even before, when I'm pregnant with my child, he's not overly sweet and loving and kind, but he's not mean. But he gets worse by time. So one time when I had already given birth, I had a girl, very pretty, and now we are living together in this home that we have. I'm not working anymore. I'm working for him, not for him. He doesn't have a permanent job. He just has one of those jobs that you can do as a family. So I'm technically working for him, and I don't have a salary. All our money is household money. So yeah, I live with him, and when I'm my child is 2 months old, one day he gets so physically abusive. I'm like, no, I can't live like this. I have a home. So I go back to my father's house, and I go to my father's house and I explain to him what has happened, but he's nonchalant about it. He's not overly pissed off about what I've just told him. Dad, come on, I just told you this man is trying to kill me and you're not giving me the reaction I deserve. But it's okay, it's all good. I stayed there for a couple of days, and eventually my boyfriend, who I'm going to call husband from now on, comes for me, and somehow he convinces me to go back with him, because now you have to think that now I'm a single. If I leave him, I'm a single mother with a newborn who has not really worked on her actual degree for a while, so she's not getting jobs, and I lost an opportunity to work somewhere because I was pregnant. So now he seems like he's my only refuge. This is my only ticket out, and now I have to stick with him, otherwise my child will go hungry, etc. So I go back. Obviously I go back, and when I go back, he promises that he'll never do it again. He'll be nicer, he'll be kinder, and somehow it was my fault, and I choose to believe him because I have nowhere else to go. So I go back. Okay, and the abuse continues. Obviously it continues. It gets actually worse. It continues, but now I can take it. Now I can, some way, somehow I can take it, and the abuse is not I have to do this for me and the survival of my children. And eventually I get pregnant again and again, and I have like 3 kids by this dude, and now we're stuck for life. In my head, we're stuck for life. And now I have 3 children by him. According to people, I have it made, okay? Because when I met him, he had nothing, like absolutely nothing. And now that we are, like, I want to say 14 years later, we're doing better, like considerably better. We're eating better, we're looking better. I look like the wife. I look like the wife of somebody who is established. I look okay, I look like the money is cleaning me properly. So according to people outside, like I have it made. But if only they knew, like in my house is I'm going to another big talk. In my house, every day, my husband gets into a mood, I become his punching bag, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can say to anybody about it. So I take it like a champ, because what else can I do? You know, like who else can I go and tell? Oh yeah, he's doing this and this to me, and what will they actually believe me? So I stayed for my marriage. So this day, I haven't seen my husband for also a week. It's one. We can you call him Hachuku, you call him again silence. So instead of whining, you have to continue with your work, because again, I've told you, we now work together. So I have to go to work so that our business doesn't fail. I have to take care of these children so that they don't miss school, they don't, because I'm meals in. So you have like a worker, you have like a maid, an auntie, a house manager, whichever time you feel is most comfortable. So you have somebody to help you with the day-to-day, but still it's a lot. And for a while, you don't want to tell people, but for the days it has been missing, there's been calm in the house. So much calm that even your children have like a sleepover with one of their cousins. The children from your older sister come over, there, 2 girls, and they hang out, they have a sleepover. So the smallest is closer to age to your last born, to my last born. So my smallest niece is closer to age to my last born, and my biggest niece is closer to age to my first born. So those 2 are hanging out. My son is somewhere in the house, he's chilling. So this day, let's say it's a Wednesday, it's nice, it's cool, it's warm. And not a Wednesday, I want to say it's Saturday, because during the holidays, everything is okay, everything is cool. The children are upstairs. I'm trying to make a meal downstairs for the children to eat so that they can eat. And then the day continues. You know, I hear at the gate, I hear the horn. And I'm like, who could be at the horn at this time? I go to open it, and lo and behold, it's a car belonging to my parents. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's come back. Finally. And I don't know where he's been, but he has come back. So I open the gate. I don't even talk to him. But immediately I open the gate and he steps out of the car. I can smell nonsense afoot, because his mood is already ass. His mood is already in the toilet, and I already know nonsense is about to begin. So I asked him like, oh, how are you? How have you been? And I asked him, oh, where have you been? And you know what? I shouldn't have asked that. You know, I can't how lash glue. I don't have lash glue, so I can't have lashes. And be like, did my eyes knowing I'm going for a lash look? But I've searched everywhere and I don't have lash glue. Where was I? Anyway, so my man has come home and he's angry. I don't know why he's angry. And he enters the house and he's now shouting, he's yelling. And now as he's yelling at me. I'm just keeping quiet. And he's asking me questions that I really can't give him the answers to. Like he's accusing me of things that I don't even know. Like he's telling me, oh, why did you open the gate late? I told you. Why you really, where is this, where is that? He's asking me questions. He's trying to guilt trip me. You know the whole thing where when an abuser wants to abuse you, they do the most. They ask you for stupid things. What were you doing in January 2nd, 1944? What are you doing?
Na nini mnatutafuta? Tumekaa tu kwa pombe, hata asubuhi tujawasha moto, mnafika. Tunataka tumuone na Mungu wenu. Kwani mnataka mtupeleke wapi?
And they want the answers quickly. So if you stammer, you are not getting, you are lying. So he's yelling at me, and I'm trying to calm him down, because I know that in this house there's other children upstairs. He doesn't know that. He just knows it's me and my children upstairs. And those are kind of used to the back and forth that we usually do, because they hear it every day. Like they know that daddy is not okay. So as this is going on, there's nothing I can do to calm him, and eventually he starts hitting me. And let me tell you the difference in size between the 2 of us, okay? Me, I'm a nice, pretty 5'6". This nigga is 6'3". 6'3", 250 pounds. And that's 100 and something kg. Come on. And here I'm petite. And why am I petite, you may ask? It's not because I don't eat the same things that these people do. It's because this nigga ananifanya vile vitu baka which slaves naona. Nywele sina. So the other size is about 12. Nitaisha, upepo inaweza nibeba iende. So if this man starts wailing on me right now, I'm gonna die. Like really, to be honest, I'm gonna die. So hold on. He's hitting me. And I'm like, okay, no, this can't continue, because at the rate he's beating me, friend. Yele design natandiko hapa about Buddha, hata sioni. Imefika mahali unataka kupigika mtu. Hakupigi hizi vitu no. No, nakupika kama mwanaume. Fisticuffs.
Nataka haki yangu. Aligonga
mahali kwa kichwa, nikasikia kizunguzungu, nikasikia ting. Nikasema hapa kukiendelea hivi nitabidi. So I tell him, you know what, I'm leaving this your house. And he's like, okay, fine, leave my house, leave my house, leave my house. I'm like, okay, fine, I'm leaving your house. Like, I'm the one who suggested it. I don't know why you're being extra loud about fukuzaing me when I'm the one who's fukuzing myself.
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucian.
But damn, okay? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave my house and I'm going to live with my children. He's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. Because you told me to leave your house. I'm going to leave your house with my children. And somehow, he was like, okay, let's see if they agree to go with you. Meanwhile, upstairs, I told you my firstborn is playing with the what? With the... Don't do this. This is my makeup. I can't do this with the applicant. I told you, like, my firstborn is upstairs with her cousin. And so is my last born with her cousin. And my son is somewhere in the house. I don't know where my son is. But he's somewhere in the house. He's not downstairs. They're all upstairs in their rooms. So upstairs, from the daughter's perspective, this is what is happening. So the daughter is playing with like their cousin, and they hear like noises downstairs. I'm like, what is that? And the cousin is asking like, oh, what could that possibly be? And the first one is pretending like, oh, even me, I don't know what it is, but she knows what it is. Daddy has come back, and he has come back with nonsense. So honestly and truly, all this is going on. Me as a mom, I go upstairs. I go to everybody's room. I go first to my smallest, and I tell her, okay, wear your shoes, we are going. And I pack her a little bag, and I pack myself a small little bag. All the while, my husband is still yelling. He's still yelling the entire time. Yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. I'm not giving up. I'm just making a fuss and noise. And eventually I go to my firstborn's room and I tell her, even you pack up, we are leaving. And my firstborn didn't even waste time. After I see like a discussion like, oh, why are we and I go to where Vanguard to tunaenda immediately packing bags. Putting things in bags, phones, chargers, clothes for the night, clothes for the day in the bag. The cousins on the other hand, they had come with their own sleeping like clothes, they didn't even them, they pack their things. And now as we're going downstairs, finally, my husband, he sees my nieces, and all of a sudden his voice gets really calm, and then he looks to one of my nieces, the eldest one, and goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Let's give her the name Brittany. I'm so sorry, Brittany, if I knew you were here, I wouldn't have done this. What do you mean by that? Do you mean that your abuse is only to be witnessed by your own children and not the children of others? What do you mean by that? Because that is an entire thing that I've never understood like abusers do. Like they will beat their wives in front of their children, but the moment somebody else is there, they can't do it. But you're willing to actually traumatize your children, but not anybody else. You won't beat your wife in front of your male friends, but in front of your 5-year-old, you will do it. You know who you are, and you know who you are, a bastard. Take it from me, you are a bastard. So they pack up. They couldn't take the car because the cars are under his name and he wouldn't let her take the car. So, and this time I think we were sharing a car. So, me and him share a car. So, this time I couldn't, go with the car. So I pack all children. This time there are 5 children now, my 3 children and the 2 nieces. I pack them all and we walk to the stage. And the stage is like a little away from the house. But we walk to the stage, we get into a car and we head, not to the mother of my 2 nieces, because I think they were they had gone for a trip and left me the kids. So I couldn't take them back there. So I went to my other sister, my last born sister. And I went to my last born sister's house. My last born sister is like, I want to say 10 years younger than me, and she's also like she also has like 2 sons. So and I decided, and she was the closest. So I pack my things, we get into a matatu, we bundle ourselves all the way to my sister's house, and we chill there. And as we're chilling there, like my husband is still like telling me like, oh, why did you take like my children? You were supposed to take my children, but he really didn't fight for them to stay. And also I'm the one who wanted to go with my children, because you said I leave your house. I'm leaving my house. I'm leaving your house with my things, my property, my children. And even according to like most cultures, the children belong to the mom. Mama eats kikuyus, but you know, kikuyus, the children belong to the mom. So you can't take that one. It's not yours. So they leave and they stay there. After a few days, like 3 days, everything has settled and everything, well, it seems okay, and I can't continue to sit at my sister's house. And eventually like my 2 nieces go back to their own home, and the children are actually having a ball. Me, I'm having a crisis, but my children are having a good time, because you know them, they have gotten the opportunity to hang out with their cousins. They have gotten an opportunity to like go to all their cousins. They've met 4 of their cousins right now. They're just having a cousin exchange program. So then they're having a good time. I'm the only one who actually has to think, oh, by the way, I have to go back to that man's house, because again, I can't leave, because in my head I can't afford the school fees of all these children on my own. Our business is connected to both of us, but it is mostly his. Like, to be honest, to be frank, it is his. If he wants to kick me out tomorrow, there's nothing I can do, because everything is under his name. He pays the taxes, so it's his. The only thing, according to people, it wouldn't be mine, although I handle all the money. I handle the workers, I pay the workers, I handle repairs, you know, I handle everything. But according to the papers, I don't own anything. Okay? So eventually the cousins go back to their own home and we have to go back home. So we pack our things and we are about to head there, but the children don't want to go. Like they're not protesting, but you can see in their eyes that these children don't want to go back there. But I have to go because they don't understand that for them to continue living the life that they have been living like comfortably, I have to go back, according to me. So I go back. When I go back, the mysterious stranger, our own Brock Lesnar, is not home. Okay, he's missing, and good thing he's missing because we didn't have the time to come back home to start fighting again. Okay, he's missing. He's not anywhere to be found. But there's something funny going on. My daughter goes to the dining table, to the dining area, the dining room, and she finds on the floor 3 suitcases, 3 big black suitcases, nastily packed. And by nastily packed, I mean like whoever packed these bags didn't pack. They just threw clothes on top of one another and tried to close the suitcase, filled with everybody's clothes, my son's clothes, my daughter's clothes, my clothes, all packed into a suitcase, like we are being kicked out. And eventually we find out that this is the work of my husband's sisters. Okay, his sisters, after I had been kicked out, had the bright idea to come into my home that I paid for some of the land, into my home, pack my clothes, go into my closet, pack my clothes, pack my children's clothes, and place them in a suitcase. Place them in a suitcase so that they can actually officially kick us out of the house entirely. That somehow the original offender, the person who had actually allowed me to get out of my house with my kids, my husband, had actually calmed down and he said he cannot like kick me out with my children. So that's why we are back here. But it felt some kind of way to realize that the women, my husband's sisters, who I have been supporting in all their issues, I mean that when they come to ask their brother for money and when my husband refuses, I give them some money, despite being told by my husband not to give them. And this is actually something that he actually said with his own mouth. He used to we used to have arguments in which he says don't give my sisters any money, don't give them if they come to, even my mother, if she comes and borrows you money, don't give her the money, refuse to give them money. And if I try to refuse, his sisters would say oh, you want to eat our brother's money, you don't want us to give us any of the money. So to avoid all that thing, I used to give them some of my money. Okay? But somehow they felt like I was still the culprit. Mind you, I'm giving them my money. Okay. So they had conspired, the last one to my husband, and another one had come to my house, packed my things, and put them out there for them to be thrown. And something in me told me not to touch those boxes, and I didn't. I left them there in the dining. And I went to my room and I closed the door and I just cried and I prayed to God and I was like, I did this. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Like I don't know what I personally did to deserve this. And eventually things went back to normal. My husband came back. He pretended that nothing had happened, and occasionally he would go back to his dialect and extreme ways. And I'd take it and I'd follow through. Now, without me knowing, my daughter, as she's coming up in his household, she's becoming more and more enraged at how her father behaves. Like she's becoming more and more annoyed at realizing who her father is. And so, as a result, she's rebelling, which is normal, which is expected for a child. Like the moment they realize that one of their parents is behaving in a manner in which is not supposed to, they're not supposed to, they start rebelling because they say like, if you can't follow the rules, then why should I? You're not a figure of authority. Like you say you are, but you're not. So my daughter is now like talking back to me, talking back to us in general, becoming lazier, etc. She goes to campus eventually. She doesn't talk to us. Unless she's asking for money, etc. And somehow, by the glory of the Lord Almighty, my husband decides to remove himself from my house, from our house, and he leaves and he moves out. And even when he leaves, his sisters and his mother encouraging, going about, oh, she's a witch. She's a witch. Oh, she wants to use all your money. Don't trust her. She's a witch. She's a witch. She's a witch. And the funny thing about this story about me being a witch, it happened in such a funny way. Apparently, his mother had gone. Sorry. Why is the makeup separating? Apparently, his mother had gone, and she had talked to one of those soothsayers. I don't know what to call them. Mamake alienda kwa mchawi. Sawa. Mamake alienda kwa mchawi. Mchawi akamwambia ati mimi mtu mwenye alinioa nikiwa mimi ati I usually have 2 birds perched at the roof of my house to spy on my husband, and those two birds on top of my house are demons. That's what the Nini told. That's what the soothsayer told, like his mother, and that I'm actually like trying to control their son by like making him refuse to give them money, and that's how like I go to my witch powers every weekend to go and find like powers to like kill my husband and kill his siblings. and this information was given to my husband and his sisters, were like piling on to like the conspiracy and like, yeah, then to explain, yeah, she's a witch, you should really kick her out, etc. Again, I've told that these women, these sisters of his, like I'd help them all the time. So they hated me for nothing actually. It's not from that moment that they hated me, they just hated me from the beginning. And I have to mention that when we were poorer, when we lived in a like single room, his sisters would come and live with us for the time being. Like when they are in between school, they'd come and live with us, and I'd cook for them and I'd take care of them. But according to them, they hated me so much because I was leading their brother away from them. They failed to realize that the man abusing me is the same man that's your brother. He behaves the way he behaves with you because he's that is his personality. He doesn't like you people. And actually, I don't know, I'm the one actually fighting for your rights, but they didn't want to hear any of that. In their eyes, they were convinced that I'm the one who somehow had something to do with how their brother was behaving. Eventually, my husband left the house, as I've said. He left the house and he left completely, and his sisters were congratulating him on him leaving the house, etc. And all the while when they're doing this, they're still pretending to be fake nice to me when they need something, when they need me to go and beg their brother to buy them something, and beg their brother to like let them do something, and beg their brother to go to pay for something, even pay for his own mother's medicine. Mind you, they had succeeded in destroying my family, my home. Okay, but I didn't hold a grudge against this because in what I believe in is the Lord will be on my side and He will actually fight for my battles. So I didn't take to it, I didn't mind it, I didn't treat them any differently. And eventually one of his sisters would come and tell me what they were discussing. Like this entire story of me being a witch, they were discussing it in front of like one of their sisters and like their dad, like my husband's dad, and he said, you guys have to stop talking about that babe like that in my presence, because he didn't get why they hated me so much. In the end, he moved out, and when he moved out, one time my daughter comes to me and she tells me, do you know that when dad left, the reason he left is every day I'd go and I'll pray violently to remove that man from that house. Like my daughter would make a prayer like to remove her father from the house. You see, like other people, they're like, oh, you're keeping your husband away from your children need their father. No. In this case, the children really wanted their father to leave the home, just for sake. Not that they didn't love their father. No, they love their father. You love your father. You continue to love your father. You love your father. But they had seen so much of him in the bad light. They had seen what he could do. They had seen what he had done, to the point where they were no longer comfortable with him living in the same home as their mother. Because eventually, the children had seen that he would eventually kill their mother, because it had gone to extremes at one point, several points, in public even, and he did not care because he felt like he was above the law. So when my daughter told me that she had actually been dreaming and wishing for this, I felt something in my spirit go, it was the best choice that he left. And yes, he did kick me out of his business. Yes, he did take everything away from me. Yes, I did have to go back to being poor, but for a moment my house was at peace. For a moment my house felt like a home. For a moment my children were happy. And that is something that I really need women to understand. That what you're thinking you're doing for your children actually to their detriment. Because the way you say your children are like acting out, they're not behaving in the manner you thought you raised them in, it could be that the home that they're living in is not conducive. And they're acting out to show you that they're really uncomfortable with the situation that you have dealt them with. They're uncomfortable with where they are, they're uncomfortable with what is happening, and it's making them act out because really what's going on? The home is in shambles. And do you think that staying in there is helping your child? It's not. It's really easy. So let me come back when I finish blending this and then I can finish this word. Oh, it's bright. It's still bright. Where was I? I was coming to finish. So, as I was saying, another thing, abusers don't change. They don't change. They don't change. And it's okay. Without like actual help, they can't change. And it's alright. We understand. This is lipstick. We're gonna use it as blush. That's another topic for another day. I'll just come and discuss that on another day. Anyway, yeah, abusers don't change. They change tactic, but they don't change. And I hope we all understand that, especially if you're in your 20s, because I know like most of my followers are in their 20s. I want you to understand that an abuser will never change. You thinking that maybe because they have relaxed their anger this week that they will not maybe go back. Is that for that week? For that week? Yeah, because I can assure you that once they become like peaceful for a while, but something in their outside world, because they live in they live in separate worlds. They live in your world, you, the nice girlfriend, and then they live in their world, everything else going on about them, and they are so emotionally immature to the point that something can disturb them in their other world, and they come and they bring it to you. Like something could happen, like for example, let me give you an example you can relate with. If you have dated a gamer who had issues with their temper, yeah, they're usually insane. But not all of them have issues with their temper. You get it. For example, a gamer who, when he loses his game and he loses his game, he is okay. He's miffed about it. Of course, he's angry about it, but he's just miffed about it, and he goes on with the rest of his day okay. And then there's one who will like, something will happen in the game, either he'll die or something will happen, he'll lose points, and immediately that happens, you'll come and do something so innocent, like asking him, oh, what would you like to eat today? And they will wail on you. Emotionally immature, and they don't change, and they might say sorry. They'll say sorry today. They'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry for what I did, but they're not sorry. They're sorry for how you reacted. They're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry for how you reacted. And that's what's actually miffing them, because now you have forced them to apologize, and they will get back to you. They will come back to you, and now here you are confused. You're asking babes, oh, what can I do to make him change? What can I do to make him change? Change the boyfriend, change the girlfriend, because it happens in both male partner being the violent one and the female partner being the violent one. And with men, I've realized that when men get a violent female partner, they chalk it up to she's crazy, let her go. No, she's an abuser, let her go. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Because she only behaves like that because you are a victim. And as much as you don't want to accept that you are a victim, go. Don't retaliate, don't do anything, you just go. Okay? Living is the best thing you could ever do for yourself, for your family, for your mental health, and for everything else. God forbid you stay there. He's an abuser plus a cheater. He goes out, he comes back, gives you a disease, and you're stuck. And now that you have the disease, God forbid he finds out that you have a disease, and he finds out he chooses to flip it on you, like give you like something uncurable, like an uncurable STD. And then when they find out that you found out that you have it, they start calling you the cheater, and even telling people like, oh, she cheated and she gave me this and she gave me this. Now he has spoiled your public image. Meanwhile, but because they are the more outspoken partner, now everybody believes that you brought up a disease to your partner, and now everybody is looking at you funky, and it's not you, it's them. And now he has spoiled your public appearance. Not saying like an incurable STD is something to be ashamed of. You really, if you have it and you survive, you survive, but he will shame you for bringing it to his home due to promiscuity. Look now, where are you stuck? You're stuck in the ass crack of Satan. Is that where you want to be? Really? No. So live today. And akisema nani alikwambia uniache? Sema ni mimi. Akuja nitape kama akona nguvu ya kuchapana kila mtu. Tutamtandika. Hakupoa. That was the story. Now the babe is living semi-occasion, not where she wants to be. The husband still hasn't come back to the house. Hallelujah. The children are faring okay. The son is great. The husband is great. Of course, there are issues, there are underlying issues here and there. Now everything so far is kosher, man. And unfortunately, not many will have the privilege to have their partner leave them. Others will lose their lives. You will die. A lot of people on Twitter will come and say that it is your fault, that somebody killed you. Don't let yourself be that topic of their conversation. Let them never be at all. Usiwakubalishe wakupoint hivyo. Ati, oh, why wouldn't she leave? Some women bring it to themselves. And that is something I will never ever discuss with somebody, about somebody like telling me, oh, they bring it to themselves. No, they don't. The one who's abusing is the one who should be shamed, not the one who stayed there because of maybe they couldn't eat without the person, or maybe because they couldn't function without the person, or because they've been so emotionally abused to the point that they don't think they deserve anything better. I'm not going to shame somebody for that. So if that's something you do, please remove me from your lives, man. I will never be the same caliber as you, because I don't believe that people should be shaming the victim. You don't understand the milestones they had to get for them even to come and tell you that they are being abused. Even saying is really such an issue, because they don't believe that anybody will feel pity for them. They don't believe that they are actually worthy of anything other than that they have. The shame would be so difficult for them to go past that even telling their family, they can't tell their family. For example, if like their family had told them, oh, leave him alone, and he starts beating her, and now she has to go back to the same family and tell them, like, oh, okay, he has started beating me now. The shame would be too overwhelming for some people, which is sad, because you should be assured that your family will always choose you because you are their family. You get me? And the story was about abusers and their enablers. As for the sisters of the abuser, they still support the abuser, because in their eyes, their brother can do no wrong. Despite him showing and exhibiting the same violent tendencies to them, he is a saint. And that is why you will never win. You can't win with people who stand with people who are abusers, because in their eyes, that precious little boy could never do something like that. And it is very, very advisable that you leave the moment you see that something is happening to you, and whoever you're complaining to about you're complaining to about your partner keeps telling you, oh, maybe try harder, maybe seek God. God has given you the opportunity. The miracle that you're looking for in God is giving you the strength to leave. That's the miracle. Leave. You understand? And that was my story for today. I should probably come here with like the finished look so that you can look at me. So I'm gonna do that. Hola, I'm not done with the makeup. That's how it turned out. I am tired. I can't even. Let me bring it close. You know, when I have much work. Feel me. And now I have no lashes. I look crazy. A whole bit of no lashes makes me look. I feel naked. But anyway, that was the video for today. I hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please subscribe, like this video, share it. I promise, I'm back. After a long hiatus, I'm back. And yeah, if you got any lesson from this, get a lesson that you take your vlogs and view and whatever right now. Okay, capiche? So yeah, bye.
Let's get it. Hop off a 16 passenger. This a G5, no, this not a challenger. Big one. I keep some members with me in the fridge. Get cold seats, they some cannibals. Eaters. They like to geek. Drink a whole bottle, wake up and read.